Let's turn it on.
Oh, right. Not turn it on.
Just for the gig.
Wait a minute. Set a timer for the
Yes.
recording. I've lost way too much footage to not learn.
The battery's probably worse than when we first began, so not that to worry about. It's okay.
No, it has to warm up.
Alright, I don't think we have much footage time.
What do you mean not much footage time?
Just the battery. Battery lasting.
Okay. How about we just eat and then go inside?
We could eat inside.
Oh, no.
Welcome everybody to Quarterly Review. I don't know what number this is, I have no idea. Maybe 6, maybe 7?
5.
I think 6.
5. We haven't done... Why would we do 4? How many quarters are there in a year?
We did one at the beginning of the year, and we weren't reviewing anything.
Yes.
So this would be 6.
No. It would be 5. Because the first one in the year was the last quarter of the last year.
I don't even... I think this is 6. You think this is 5?
We'll
see.
We have... Well, that would make sense.
We'll see.
Wait a minute.
This one actually... Oh. Wait. This one actually, I felt like I had to wait the most. This was one of the longest waits for a quarterly review. Even though they've all been 3 months.
Yeah, no,
Yeah?
I was walking through the garage and I'm thinking to myself, man, this quarter has felt very long compared to other quarters.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling it's because we were thinking about it.
Really?
And also because the spring is the slowest starting season, I would say. Because I feel like at New Year's you're like, oh, the great reset. And it gets reset. And then from springtime you start moving faster.
Okay.
So like spring and then summer, you go really fast by because you have all these things you're doing, and then winter or fall comes around, and then everything's going on in the fall, and then and then you have winter, which is like games and hanging out, and then it just goes into the slump, like November, December, January, February slump.
Okay.
And then it gets reset in spring, and you start getting more momentum. So the question is, how are we going to prevent? What steps do we take to prevent the December slump? I think I have the answer, but what do you think? No, because you're chewing. You gotta have some more, Mikey.
Oh yeah, Levi, this is for you.
I guess ice chewing ASMR.
Yeah. That's for you, Levi. I don't know if I felt it this year. I don't know if I had that this year, the December slump. But I mean, yeah, it's staying.
I didn't ask you if you had it. I'm saying
how do you prevent it?
Yeah.
It really is just staying disciplined and doing the hard stuff.
I was gonna say move to Costa Rica, but it is a better answer because if you don't get, I think the cold is what makes everything terrible, right?
Okay.
Like if you look at all the different nations in the world, right, the ones that are more laid back and enjoy. Please have a snack.
I don't know where to put it.
Oh, right here.
That is a terrible idea. that little Michael. It's gonna burn. No, please.
The guy just on fire.
Dude, yeah.
It's okay.
Oh. I'm probably gonna be fucking quiet.
Okay, I'll hold it. I'll hold it now. Okay.
We just gotta finish our food.
I'm not going inside. Oh, good point. I don't know why Yes, we just have to finish our food. Okay, so if you look at all the nations of the world, the ones that are all like the ones that are more laid back and relaxed are the ones in the southern hemisphere, and they're less task oriented. The ones in the north, they had to be task oriented or they die, right? Because like if you didn't get your crops in by the right time of the year, you're dead, right? And so my solution was to to move to Costa Rica so you can enjoy the winter, not hate it. And then also this morning I watched one ski video. It was on the 7 levels of ski purgatory. And I just wanted to ski more. And I realized like that's why that's actually why I need to make some more money on top of the Europe trip money so I can afford new ski gear. Or just afford a season pass.
Okay.
No. I would ask how your goals are going, but if I ask that, then I have to figure out how my goals are going, and I haven't looked at them in a while.
Yeah, we do need to do that.
But no, we don't. We don't have to. But one thing that is interesting is that I wonder if I were to review my goals right now, my New Year's goals. I remember thinking to myself, I set up my habits in a way that would allow me to be reminded of the goals and work towards the goals that I have for the year passively. So I don't actually have to know the goals by heart, but the habits that I have that work towards those goals are happening every day. So regardless of what happens, my goals get complete. Your sauce.
This is very good food. So much better than the plov at home.
I want plov, so I'm going to your house. I wonder how much of this is going to get cut out. Like, will Mikey just cut out everything before this and everything I just said? Just the I wonder how much is going to get cut out part, and then just resume the video after we start talking about something a little different. Because I genuinely meant it. We need to move to Costa Rica for a month or two.
Really?
It would be fun. And I know the cost of living there is really cheap. And my barber had said, if we go to the Philippines too, that partying there is very cheap. And he misses living in Vietnam, because it was so cheap to party there all the time.
And alcohol keeps you warm.
Oh yeah, in combination with the humid climate, we're never gonna be like, it's gonna be like the perfect warmth, you know, when it's room temperature outside. Do I have to like?
I'm just really enjoying my meal.
Do I have to start being a host? Well, I am the host. You're the sideshow.
Ah.
Oh,
Dude.
Yeah. See, I wonder. No, this is a personal topic. I can't discuss these things online. It's about me though.
That's what I feel like. This.
Okay, but that needs to be cut out too. I can't have these things online.
It'll be on that will be for the Patreon.
Why are you gonna comment on my YouTube channel and look at this snippet in the video? Click here to see more behind the scenes.
Okay, goals. I can go over my goals.
I could too. I just didn't want to.
Yeah.
I say this becomes more of a Joe Rogan style podcast. Have you heard on the news? Elon Musk just did all this stuff.
Bro. Well, yeah. This is. I would say in a way this is the core of our podcast. Is like,
I know. You don't have to remind me.
Okay,
I'm the one who started this podcast.
Okay.
I run this place.
Did you really? Was it your idea? Mm-hmm. Well, I needed to make a video, and you said, "Oh, hey, let's go." Right. Okay.
Yep. And I always get told, Michael, your ideas are too crazy. Too crazy. I don't know what to. Yeah.
Look at me now. Okay, I'll go over my goals. You're usually the first one to go, I think. Right?
Okay, let me go get my phone.
Okay.
You're cutting that out, by the way.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
See, to be honest, I feel like you might be a catalyst for most of the thoughts that come into my head.
Quote that, guys. Quote that. Put it on your walls.
Oh no, not good ideas. I meant thoughts that I had to share.
So, okay.
Yeah,
I'd say the good outweighs the bad.
I've brought it up quite a few times, but I feel like I have a Mikey section in my brain why I do bring questions up for you.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I don't have that section.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything like that. I'm not usually the talker, man. I'm not usually the talker in our.
Maybe that's why I'm friends with you, because I can just talk and talk and talk.
Hey, that could be. That's probably a part of it.
I'll just stop talking altogether.
This is the Michael Silent podcast. Yeah. So I'll go over my goals for this year and how I'm doing on them. That as we always do on this show. I had the goal of doing a 30-mile run. Has not happened yet, but training has been consistent. Also, I if you compare from last quarterly reviews, there's going to be a lot that's gone. I removed a lot, and then just right now I removed even more, and then I created some new ones. So he has a lot. Yeah. So I have a 30-mile run. I don't know what he's up to, but 30-mile run. I think it shouldn't be too bad. I'll start working up to it. I'm gonna do it somewhere in my area, just flat. Have some food laid out for myself. So I'm gonna work on that. Do a half triathlon and full triathlon, kind of the same thing. Full triath. Yeah, I knew it would happen. What would happen? Goal removal. Okay. You're saying you're better than me, huh? Okay. Anyways, okay. I'm blurring that.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
I'm not gonna do this.
Thank goodness.
You know, I am the talker now. I'll be proud of it.
Full triathlon. Training has been good. I've started. I bought a bunch of gear. I've been doing a lot of indoor biking.
What, you bought gear?
Yeah, I'm shooting up.
What, are you shooting up a school too?
With all the guns I have. Yeah. This has been swimming good, been biking good, more on a biking intensive. Have been a bit slacking, but actually been building up good, and I'm happy with how it's going. But just slowly building up in training, so it's going well. Continue Bible streak, continue journal streak. Have not missed a single day. Journaling. I'm really happy with where I got into with journaling. Just staying consistent. I finished my third journal like 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago. Third journal. And each journal that passes by seems quicker than the previous. And it's just pretty crazy how quickly they pass. Next, I have memorized 52 parts of scripture. I think I have 7 down. But I stopped because I needed to focus more on the basics because I wasn't doing good overall. Shouldn't be an issue to get back into it. But I think I'm going to approach it in more of a passive way in studying it. I initially was doing it where I would just write down the verses and intentionally sit down and spend time memorizing it. I think I'm going to do it more passively where I have it on as my phone screen and just a little bit more passively. Complete reading the whole Bible, going well. I've stayed consistent, like I haven't missed on my plan, essentially. My hands are full.
Mikey, come on. I can't believe it. I'm sorry about that. Wait, I'm not sorry. You should be sorry.
That's very good.
You know, I told Gianna, and I'm going to tell you. Shoot.
Too bad.
There was pesticides all over the floor, and what is it called? What's the deadly spray they use for all the bugs?
Roundup.
No, like the intense stuff though. This is the chemicals only companies can purchase. You know, and it's been leaking from the edge of the house, like all the way across here, when like it drops down sometimes.
Great.
And I was waiting for you to put it in your mouth first to tell you. He grabs it like he's gonna eat it, and then I'll tell him right after he bites. No, I don't think there is any right there, but
Wow. Great.
in general though, I think it's all over here.
Okay. Maybe we should kind of switch off how we were doing last time.
I don't have my goals on my phone. I have to go to my wall.
Take a picture.
I could.
This guy. I'll just go.
No, just wait.
Okay. Yum yum. I just finished in reading the Bible. I just got through the story of Samson, which is really interesting. Really interesting. Now I see why it's like a commonly told children's story.
Why?
It's really interesting. It's like a full. It's really like high stakes.
What
engaging.
specifically, like made it really?
Okay, well,
stood
okay.
out?
I was gonna say compared to the so far what I've been reading in the Old Testament,
Okay.
like, hello.
Welcome, woman.
This land was allotted to this tribe, and this land was allotted to this tribe, and they moved it around and did this stuff, which is better than like Leviticus, I'd say. It's getting better. It's like, I'm not saying it's like, oh, this part of the Bible is worse. It's just not as interesting to read.
Cut out that section when I said welcome, woman. Okay.
Okay. We really have a reputation to keep up now, yeah?
Yeah. Before you continue, there's two things I want to say. One thing is related and one thing isn't. I'll tell the unrelated thing and I'll tell the related thing. My mom was like, man, Michael, you really have to keep up your reputation as the entrepreneurial kid at school because all the people in this group of all the entrepreneurs at my school, they really see that and they're inspired by that. And you have to keep that up. It must feel like a heavy weight to bear. And I'm like, yeah, kind of. And that's why I bring that up because you mentioned reputation.
Okay.
But it's not that big of a deal. But like, everyone, you have to cut this part out. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I don't know why I said what I said. See, I talk a lot, but I don't know. There's a lot of times I'm not going anywhere with what I'm saying. Okay. But the story, like, what relating to you, it's like watching YouTube videos. You watch YouTube videos for the longest time, and then you get YouTube Shorts, and then you're like, oh, and you're drooling at your mouth because you're like, oh, YouTube Shorts.
That's a good
so
point.
you're reading like the Old Testament, you get no dopamine at all from reading it, and then you read the old, the interesting story, more interesting stories in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
And you're like, start drooling at your mouth, Samuel.
And this was like one of the only times, it's happened maybe like one other time, but the only time I've read extra, just because I wanted to finish the story. I was so like, I was engaged.
Yeah.
So I read like some more. But, so that's where I'm at, Judges, like 13 or so, that's where I'm at in the Bible. I have Get a Job, which surprisingly has developed quite well. In ways I did not expect whatsoever. Firstly, my dad got fired off the ranch, so I replaced him. Part-time, 10 hours a week. So far I've been replacing electric wire and repairing it. And now I'm gonna be sorting like all the equipment on the ranch, which I'm actually kind of looking forward to. But I've been able to get that just to make some money on the side, and just being able to fill my day with productive work. But also, more as a bigger thing is my dad offered to mentor me in general contracting, just pretty much what he did when he was working more intensely, when he had to be making, when he was working more, I'd say. And it was just crazy. And yeah, starting that up, moving slowly but surely through the logistics, getting the property, talking through some people, whole bunch of stuff. So
Yeah.
that's been good. But technically, I wouldn't say I have a job yet. I wouldn't say I'm there yet. Next up, I have read 12 books. I've finished. I think I finished Spiritual Disciplines for the Christian Life like 1 week ago, and I finished Viktor Frankl.
Man's Search for Meaning.
Man's Search for Meaning. So those are the 2 books I finished. I'm like Michael, I'm reading a bunch of books like little by little. I have a bunch of books that are halfway read, so not behind by any means. Next up, I have grow in consciousness. Be more in the moment, more grasp on reality. Don't feel like you feel in dreams. Don't feel like. Try to avoid that feeling. Try to prevent real life from feeling like a dream, and be like more truly aware of what's happening in the moment. I've been noticing this more recently. I don't know what's causing it. I have no idea what's causing it. Just like in social situations, I'm just like, I'm there. I realize I'm there, but it's like totally like I'm not there. It's weird. I don't know. And it's usually in social situations, now that I think about it. It's like socially, I'm just like, I don't know. It's weird. And then when I'm talking with people, like maybe I feel like I'm not my true self. Like a lot of times I could be fake.
I get that one all the time.
Yeah?
Because I don't talk to you all the time.
And I feel like maybe I'm just like faking who I am.
I do that all the time too.
Well, at least you're aware.
I don't do it intentionally.
But I don't know. I have no idea
I'm
what's.
actually the quiet kid. You'd never guess, but I'm just pretending to be the loud kid all my life.
You're just that good at faking it.
That must feel must feel terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sorry for myself or anything. Just that's where it's at, and yeah, I feel like it's been growing more as time is passing. Yeah, and I have no idea.
Wait.
This like distance.
Okay.
And I remember journaling about it maybe 2 years ago. So this has been a thing that I've had. Like you're not who I truly am. Is not the person who is like experiencing my life, who's experiencing life. And a lot of times I go, and what puts it into more perspective for me is saying, I'm Mikey Vlchitsa and I'm like living on Earth.
Okay.
And that frames it better, and that actually kind of helps.
Then please do not watch The Matrix, Mikey. Please don't watch The Matrix. I don't think you'll survive after watching The Matrix.
That's funny. It's not.
Really does suck. I wonder though, is that something that is like a feeling you have, or is that something everyone has, and then it's something that bothers you though?
Right, and that's what I've been thinking. Does everyone feel like this? Does everyone feel the same? But everyone isn't talking about it, so maybe.
So you think your personality recognizes this more as a problem than anyone else.
Maybe if everyone does feel that, because I'm like super spiritual, and I just know that I belong up there.
I was gonna say that, but then I'm like, should I say that?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, that's the thing. So I'm not sure how to grow in that, but maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe you just give up.
Yeah, I leave the
Give it
Matrix.
all up.
I need to leave the Matrix.
I have a building you can jump up. It helps leave the Matrix faster.
Guys, don't jump off buildings. We're trained professionals.
Only Mikey says that. I totally say jump off a building.
Do it.
I bet you there's someone who's like, oh man, I need a sign. If there's a guy in a video that says jump off a building, I'm gonna jump off.
Guys, don't jump off buildings, please.
Unless you think it's a sign, and then in that case, do it.
No. Next up, I have keep track of all. No, sorry. Invest time, effort, and money into quality and well-fitted clothes. Bought these pants, bought these socks, bought the shirt that I'm wearing. It's been my wardrobe, so I feel like I've.
Okay.
I feel like I've mostly achieved it. I could use a little bit better. I think the shirts that I have are a little bit too oversized. And my wardrobe isn't. I don't look too crazy. I don't look too good, but I look well put together, and
there's no competing with David McClam.
Oh, you're right. Dude, honestly. Wait, Sean that goes to Doxa College?
Yeah.
Dude, he has. Oh, timer. you gotta freeze. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
No, we're back. Sean. Whoa.
We're back.
Sean has the best outfits. The guy you were talking to him about triathlon, if you remember.
I talked about triathlon.
You're right. You're right. keep track of all the money I earn and spend. I've been pretty good on that, but there are some purchases that I'm just aware of right now that I haven't tracked. It gets annoying, but it's not too. It's going well. Keep grow Doxa friend group, preferably quality, but not wanting quantity. I think actually that's one that I removed. What?
Nothing.
I think actually that's I forgot. I forgot to remove that one. Yeah, I don't think that's a goal that I have. Make 4 quarterly reviews. I'm going to be achieving 25% of that right now, so great. Be intentional with gifts. Note what people want. Set aside a couple $100 for what to get them. I wasn't too intentional with gifts last year, especially like Christmas gifts and birthday gifts. And I just assumed that because I'm not too crazy about getting gifts, that other people are not. But I know people are, and it really goes a long way. Like I just got my mom something, and she really appreciated it. So.
What'd you get her?
A Garmin Forerunner.
And you didn't tell me.
I just have to be humble, you know.
Come on, Mikey. Are you even my friend anymore? I need to know you.
I gave it to her on Saturday, this Saturday, so not too long. It's a Forerunner 55, so, which surprisingly doesn't have like indoor biking stuff. Like, it's like pretty bare bones.
I know.
But yeah,
I got that model before. You didn't tell.
I was thinking about telling you, but I was like, why would I? You know, I felt kind of like boastful. I don't want to.
I want to know about these things.
Yeah. It's white and with a little bit of blue on it.
Aww. I want to know this. Wow.
And I got her
So cool.
And I got her heart rate monitor.
Man. Okay.
I don't know if I find a mentor. That's not one of my goals, but it kind of is.
Anymore? You don't want to find a mentor anymore?
It wasn't like when I established my goals finally, that wasn't one of my final goals. It was just here on the list. I think so. I think it'd be good, but just I don't know how I'm gonna go about attaining that. So yeah.
I'm losing mentors left and right now. I'm down to 1. Not good numbers. The outlook is looking very. It's like, at the peak it was like 3, and now it's collapsed down to 1. So I need to start like pumping up more. I need to be mentor doping soon.
Mentor maxing. Anyways, another one. A little bit of a. I actually don't think I mentioned this on the last one, but it was stop picking my nose. It was just a bad habit I had.
You still pick your nose?
No.
Good.
I'm
100% of the way there.
Oh, I guess. Actually, probably not. I mean, I don't think.
Mikey's at night. Mikey's like.
No one can see me.
That booger was good.
Anyways, just use a tissue instead.
Distracting you from my main point.
Just committed to use a tissue instead. Yeah, sometimes it's inconvenient, but kind of embarrassing. It's a little bit embarrassing, to say that I was, but yeah. My mom kept telling me like, "Hey, no, stop. You're 18 or whatever." So yeah, I committed to not.
What if you never stopped? What if you just continued?
That would be a little bit, disgusting.
Yeah.
Gotta adhere to these cultural norms, dude. Anyways, visit my grandma and grandpa once a month. The ones I'm more closer with, my dad's parents. I have at least I visited them one time for each month so far, and it's been good. A little bit, not too naturally flowing conversation, but it's been well. I haven't regretted it. Also, I think each time I visited, my grandma's giving me money. The first time she gave me $100, so I was like, oh. Infinite money glitch. Anyways, hang out with Doxa friends and close friends at least once a month. Been able to keep that up too. Just staying intentional with hanging out with the Azrovs. Azrovs and Tiskis are like my close friends, and then Doxa friends are like my friends from Doxa. Been able to keep that, and I believe that's all my goals.
Okay. I will speed run this so we can talk about a little bit more pressing issues.
Great.
Achieving that. Yeah. Okay.
Not my time to eat.
Give me some more gum. Thank you. Okay. Achieve a net worth of $10,000. In progress. I'm trying to get a job with the person I'm apprenticing with. In progress. Yeah. Pretty good. Invest $3,650. Also in progress. Same thing with my money. I don't have too much of a consistent income right now. I'm doing my apprenticeship, which pays a little bit. I'm doing a little bit of things like invoice creation, that sort of stuff. And it's a little bit of money, but I just need to figure out how to make more money consistently. I have $3,000 to make before a Europe trip in the next 2.5 months. So, figuring that out, I'm thinking about starting a pressure washing business because I want to learn sales and I think it's an easy business to start up really quickly.
What?
$38 a day.
$39 a day. Yeah.
So I could just beg for.
Or if it's 2,000, it's $26 a day. So 39 or 26.
That's not hard at all now. The thing
Beg
is,
for it. Beg for it.
the problem is getting a person to pay you that. There's like a lot of friction that comes into getting past that point, you know? Most people might know what I mean. Yeah, I've been consistently working the apprenticeship stuff though. Yeah, other than that, not much. Okay, sticking to my budget, funneling all the money I make through it. Same thing, I'm adjusting the percentages for the next 2 months though, to make it a little bit easier to get to my goal. Other than that though, working at it. Okay, graduate from acting by the end of the year. I pretty much have like a couple things left until I'm done with my graduation. And I just realized to myself, a thought came into mind, if anyone were to try and stalk me, they would find out so much about me through these podcasts. I don't know if this is a good idea to post publicly anymore, but okay, moving on. Okay.
Only like 5 people watch it anyway.
I know, but these are they could be my 5 of the biggest stalkers. They could be like Mikey and Michael stalkers, and we could have 5 of them.
Caitlin, you're missing out on prime content live. You're missing out.
It's like Joe Rogan, but better.
Joe Rogan live.
Michael, why are you holding a hairy mouse?
I thought it looked like a troll. You know the black troll with the black hair?
He's got googly eyes on that. That was so funny.
I think that's been done before. That's not very original.
I thought it was a good
It smells
idea.
like you, by the way.
Like,
This literally smells like you in your house.
it smells like a cat.
It smells like your downstairs living room area when I walk in every time.
Interesting. I recognize the smell.
That's the point. Okay, because you live in that. You live in it 24/7.
In the stench.
It's not a stench. You just live in Mikey scent world. There's could be a bottle of Mikey scent. Okay.
Ooh, we should sell that.
So, I just finished my major graduation speech this Thursday. There was a lot of stress that went into that, and it is finally over. Penmanship practice. I don't have a penmanship book, but during the verse memorization and journaling, I've actively applied beautiful penmanship techniques. Then, journal at least 4 times a week. I just journal every day.
Beautiful.
I don't know, I'm probably on like a really long streak right now. I think I'm on journal entry 92 today. So,
Dang. Well, yeah, because you started at the beginning of the year, right?
a little bit before the beginning of the year.
Okay.
And then, study 11 books throughout the year. I think I'm at like 5 already, so we're good. Learn 6 piano songs by December 2025. Last night, I was laying in bed like this, and I was thinking to myself, man, of all the things that I need to do, piano is not one of those priorities. Maybe I should get rid of my piano habit. And so, I don't know, I'm thinking about it. Because, like, at this point to start piano, it's kind of, like, inconvenient. And it would just be so in the way of everything else that I do. But I also really want to learn piano. So, I still have a goal that every single day, I go like this and I say no piano today and then press the X. And
This is his habit tracker.
you
by
can
the
see
way.
how consistently I've done it.
Uh-huh.
And so, I don't know. I really want to know how to play piano, but I also don't know if I want to invest the time into learning to play piano. Okay, back to work then.
Quick top note. I think I should really go into like drumming or something. I think I should put more effort into that.
Yeah, Caitlin hasn't been practicing piano recently.
She's been drumming.
Hasn't. Hasn't practiced drumming.
How dare she?
I think my uncles are both looking at us right now through the window, and they're judging us.
They're jealous.
Yeah, they're jealous of the friendship they don't even know we have. Okay. It's okay, I'll take care of it.
No.
No, it's okay, Mikey. Take a seat. I'll do it. Okay.
I have a broken hand. That's why I can't do it. Broken finger.
You know, I've been thinking about it too. Also, I think I'm going to start running again. I think a minimum of 1 mile a day is going to be my goal. Because the friction is just running. So if I can just get 1 mile minimum, 9 minutes a day, I think I can start building up from there. I think 26 miles a week is going to be my goal that I'm just going to have. As soon as I can build up to that, we'll be there. But yeah, it really sucks because I also really hate running when I'm not run fit anymore. So we'll see. But I am starting again. I will, after my goals, I will talk about discipline and the discipline spiel that I've been on. And moving forward, Ultra Discipline Michael is coming in.
Ooh.
Yes, Ultra Discipline Mike is now my new personality.
Beware.
When you see me at Doxa, instead of saying, "Hi, Michael," you just say, "Hi, Ultra Discipline Michael."
With a straight face.
"Hi, Ultra Discipline Michael. How have you been?" And I'll be like, "Oh wait, you're not supposed to have a deep voice. I'm the one have a deep voice."
You're the beta with the light voice.
Exactly. Okay, so back to work. Because I just need to get through these goals. I have like 28 of them. Okay.
And you thought that was a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Having so many goals.
You know, I have more goals that I'm going to achieve that I'm not going to achieve. And I don't just delete my goals. Like someone I know.
They were okay, a lot of my goals were like 100K on bike, 100-mile bike. we have a guest. We could have a guest.
We have a guest appearing.
You don't want to hear what I have to say.
He's like, run over the blacks. Run over the Indians.
Indians first.
Okay. So let's see. I left off at... Oh, man. I'm just going to turn it off for now. Okay. We left off at complete critical thinking exercise, puzzle, debate, or analysis thrice weekly. I do it at minimum thrice weekly. But yeah, I've been doing pretty well with that. A lot of accounting analysis, financial statement analysis, and then I started a little while ago when I wasn't doing as much accounting stuff. I was doing chess a little bit, like daily, or not daily, but every other day, which I think one chess game a day is achievable and actually pretty fun. So yeah, and I enjoy beating Mikey at chess. So and also if Mikey starts playing again for like a few days, it'll be nice. Okay.
I've been wanting to play it online.
Good, we could play a daily match every day and hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
Don't leave it on though. It sounds like it's a dog whistle. Okay. Ride 3,500 miles by December, completing at least 1,750 by June. I'm at like...
Let's check.
Oh yeah, perfect. I'm at like almost there. Almost there at like 1,700, I think. Don't look at the Strava post, Mikey. We can watch it. Look for this post later.
No, I just said Jonah was running intervals.
Wait, I joined the channel. Okay. You can just go to my.
I was trying to find it.
Okay. We are currently
1,200. 1,200 miles. Dang.
Exactly at 1,200 miles. 1,201 mile actually.
1,231.
Oh, cycling. Okay, I thought it included my running. I've run a nice 33 miles this year. I'm on track to beating Mikey. Yeah, and you know, it is kind of disappointing how many miles I've run this year. Okay, back to work. 1,231 miles. I'm almost there at the 1,700 mile mark. And I
you're like twice ahead of schedule.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And so, by the end of the year, I'm going to be like at 5,000 miles, and I would have won. I was thinking another thing of discipline is like, I'll be putting discipline towards winning or beating everyone. I watched a motivational talk this morning, just because it was along the lines of discipline. I just need to do a discipline deep dive, and it was like, most people just participate to play, and then there's like 20% of people who participate to try and win. And there's like a very small percentage of people who train to dominate. I will dominate biking. And so, now even then, and I was thinking about possibly doing mountain biking or a type of biking in college for scholarship. Because it'll be fun. I also it's not like biking's pretty good, and it's one of those types of things where it's like, as soon as you do it long enough, you actually develop not a joy, but enjoyment in doing it. Like at this point, running isn't horrible. It's just something you can kind of enjoy running.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't hate it.
Like especially like trail runs, especially when you're in a new environment, you can totally enjoy it because you're not out of breath and in a terrible shape.
That's true. Yeah.
And so, that's what I think biking's at a point for me. And if anything, I am like I biked for maybe 5 months now. And I'm already getting like top 15, top 20, top 10 of the people who've been biking for multiple years. And so, although I think I have room to improve, I think I'm doing pretty well. Complete a half Ironman by November 2025. Ironman is not complete. Okay, Ironman by 2026. Ironman is not complete. I don't even want to go into the lack of training I've had so far. I have to start running again. I have to start swimming, and and I'll continue biking. And to be honest, if I could just bike the 140 miles, I'd be good. But no, I have to run it. Okay, top 10 in at least one mountain biking race. I've gotten top 10 already twice. And then I moved up to a new division, got 15th from 64th in one race, and then my last race I got 64th out of 64th. I had 4 flat tires in one race. And I was so stressed before the race, and not even stressed because of the race. It wasn't even a stress. It was just a tension, and I just didn't want to race. I just was done because I was this last week. I had my speech, and it just took it out of me. I had the most fun. It was probably the best project I've had in a year and a half at school, but it did take it out of me because there's just so much effort that went into it. So great. I love public speaking. I think I might become a public speaker or a motivational speaker.
Really?
You know, I think of all the times that I've motivated you.
Yeah.
And I motivated my mom into doing what she's been doing for the last year.
That's true.
Right? And those are my testimonials.
Too satisfied to
No, but yeah, but I don't know. Probably, maybe, I don't know, in the future, something like it might happen. But I enjoyed speaking on stage. It was so much fun. And the thing is, it's such an odd feeling because you're up there and almost 90%, not even 90, more than 95% of the people on earth couldn't do it. They do it well. And I'm standing up there, my heart rate dropped to 60 beats per minute from 110 or like 100 because I was watching people give the speech and I was more nervous for them giving the speech than I was when I walked up on stage, and my heart rate dropped to 60 beats per minute on stage. And I gave the speech, and I'm able to pause and listen to the crowd and see if they laugh. And I'm able to manipulate the crowd in like different emotions too. It's funny because like in smaller settings you can't, but like with big settings you can wait for one person to start a clap. And there's so much stuff. Oh, it's like a whole new level of strategy. It's like playing Catan but on steroids. Plus you get like a great feeling afterwards. Okay, so I've completed one mountain bike race at top 10. Read the Bible daily, completing the New Testament by the end of the year. Now looking back, I think I might have ruined a perfect 365-day streak with that one day that I didn't study it. But there was one day I didn't finish a chapter because it was 1:30 a.m. and I thought to myself, will this stick to the discipline A of holding to the values that I want to discipline myself to holding? And I said no.
Well, no one knows.
I know that I'm like tempting them to continue listening. This is I watch YouTube strategy videos, man.
Okay.
In the like this is like the 1 minute recap of the most interesting part of the podcast at the very beginning kind of thing.
Right.
Okay. Oh yeah, no sorry. I wasn't complete the entire. Read the Bible daily, completing the New Testament by the end of the year. So it's actually 2 goals: read the Bible daily and complete the New Testament by the end of the year. I'm almost done with the Revelations. I think I read through Revelations 20, and I have like 5 other books that I completed.
It's actually Revelation.
Revelation. Freaking
Wait, is Revelation the last book?
yeah.
Dang. Really?
I'm going through different books that I want to read. I'm not going in order.
Okay.
I've read through the entire New Testament by now.
That's what I.
I think I should have. At this point I could have.
Hey,
I will.
you compare yourself to me and what I was doing at your age, so.
No, that is the most horrible. That is the most horrible standard. This is how I end up being a bum at 35. Compare myself to people that are just a few years ahead of me.
You're gonna say compare myself to Mikey.
No, the way I can become a bum at 35 is to say, "Oh, look at people my age. I'm so much ahead of them. I'm just gonna stop trying for a little bit."
Yeah.
And then boom, I'm a bum. Boomy bum. I don't care. No, I compare myself to the 60-year-olds that are 60 years ahead of me. And then by the time I'm 60, I'll be the same progress. I'll be at the same progress they would have achieved at 120. See?
Dang.
That's how you need to look at it.
That's true.
So, I'm actually behind schedule by 40 years. No, what is that? Yeah, 40 years at this point. So I need to kind of step it up. Overall, though, going pretty well. Okay. I don't know, Mikey. The wind keeps destroying the flame.
Yes.
Okay, back to work.
Our hearth.
Okay, memorize 52 verses, 1 per week. Let's see how many I'm at right now. I'm at...
Oh, if only I could do verses, it'd be so much easier. But no, I had to do parts of scripture.
Okay, I'm at...
Big chunk.
1 Corinthians... Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3,
Say
4,
it. You gotta say
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
This
3, 6, 9, 13 actually.
This fool is ahead of me.
And the problem is that the last 2 weeks I've only memorized one verse, and I've just repeated the same verse. Because the thing is, to memorize a verse, there's like a level of like I have to put more effort in up front to actually get the verse, and there's like 3 days of really intense memorization, and then I have 4 days of just repetition to get it memorized. I've been doing that with one verse because I haven't had time. I haven't set aside the right amount of time, and I haven't been disciplined enough with my time to set aside the time to train. So that I'm a little bit behind there. Okay. So.
But you're on track. You're on track. You're like ahead of course. Ahead.
I don't know if I am. Are we 13 weeks into this year?
We're like 12.
So I have one. I have to start memorizing more.
Boom.
Okay. Yeah.
We need
so,
a blowtorch too.
Yeah, I gotta get back on that. I need to get back to work there. And the thing is, the verses, I know them. If I look at the name of the verse, I remember it. But if I don't know the name or the place of the verse, so if I could say, if someone says 1 Chronicles 16:25 through 27. No, I know the verse itself, but I don't remember that I know that verse from memory. What? So I have to see and reference it.
What do you got?
Or like Hebrews 12:1 through 2, which is what's cool because Scott mentioned it this Saturday.
Yeah.
One sentence he said, and the verse is no. Therefore, since we were surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and every sin that clings so closely, and run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is now seated at the right hand of the throne of God. Okay? And Scott mentioned the verse by saying, and endured the shame, when we were talking about Luke chapter 14, 25 to 35.
You ready? Come back.
Which was on, I can't remember exactly, because I didn't reflect on the sermon since yesterday.
Yesterday's sermon?
Yeah. It was on...
Withstanding the shame. Like the cost of living.
Yes,
living as a
bearing the
Christian.
cross. Oh, like Jesus who endured the cross. He referenced that in a sentence. And I was like, oh, that's a reference to 1 Corinthians 12.
Okay.
Or
Hebrews.
Hebrews 12, yeah. And I heard that, and I'm like, that's so cool because I can actually now understand references
Yeah.
that I never knew before. And when they reference it, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Tangent over.
Also, I realized that it's like a building curve. What is compound? It compounds.
Yeah.
In understanding the context of the Bible. I don't think they can hear me.
Oh.
In understanding the context of the Bible and like where the content is. Like if you know what is Romans 8 Romans 8 about? What is Romans 1 about?
And you know nothing about what he's saying right now.
No,
Sorry.
I want them all cooked.
You like understand, oh, what is Genesis 1, Genesis 2, Genesis 42. You like, since you're getting these like rough frameworks, it compounds in understanding where different things are. So yeah, with memorization helps with that.
Really good. I totally agree. Pray for 10 minutes daily using a prayer journal to track.
And I can't even clap. Okay.
Here, let me clap for you.
Okay, we're good. We're good. You can.
Are we?
We're on phone.
I know my microphone sucks, just like my video quality. Have you seen the videos I take sometimes? I'm biking and I try recording it. Click, 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 click. And like one of every 50.
2 seconds a frame.
Yeah, this is like one of every 50 frames gets captured.
Like a blinking ray.
Yeah. You know, Caitlin's like Caitlin could be like the Bree.
Behind the scenes.
No, she could be like the Bree to the Scott and the Chris.
Oh, I don't have questions though.
Yeah.
I do have questions.
You know, I played this role. I asked dating questions.
I have better questions.
You, the first podcast. See how creative I am?
Yeah.
Caitlin can be like,
I have questions. Okay.
but first let me finish my goals. We're about 1/3
Make
of
sure
the
you
way
don't forget them.
1/3?
We have an hour.
Michael was bragging about how many goals he had.
No, Mikey, you cut down on like 90% of your goals, and then
I'm at 17.
you deleted them.
I'm at 17 goals.
Huh?
I'm at 17 goals. Hurry up, finish.
I'm at 24. No. The thing is, though, if I keep all 24, I'm doing these passively, so I just can say, oh, I completed 24 goals this year. Okay.
But then you have to keep one upping yourself.
I know, next year I'm going to have to have 48.
Yeah.
48 goals. Which I probably will have.
Okay.
You getting tired of me talking? No, Mikey shared his goals already.
You should focus on how you can do those 24 goals well.
I do all my goals well.
It's actually quantity over quality.
As an entrepreneur, broadness over depth. You'd either be 1 mile deep or 5 miles wide.
I'd rather be 1 mile deep.
I would say 5 miles wide because you can. Whatever. I'm not even going to try to explain how cool I am. No. Okay. Because I'm ultimately depraved. Dun, 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 dun. So,
You might change the dynamic.
not yet. But Mikey keeps trying to skip through my goals because you're here now. Okay, so we're getting back to work.
Low.
So, share my faith at least with one person each month for 12 months total. I've done it February. I have not done it March.
Or January.
I did January.
It's still one more day.
But I did
You
it
should do right now.
horribly.
This is the last day of March.
I know. And I don't know of any person I could go to right now.
I think I see a sinner. I know a sinner back there.
This one right here?
So you every year catch different salmon?
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
I'm a part of the Mormon church already.
Jeremiah got to her.
Oh wait, I did have a really long 2-hour conversation with a Mormon
Right, yeah. You told me about that.
about Christianity and that sort of stuff. See, I don't know if I shared, I worded this correctly because I could totally look at it from a different angle of just sharing that I'm a Christian and
Yeah.
about that. I also had another 2-hour conversation with, actually, I had like 2-hour conversations with people on my mountain biking team.
Nice.
One a Christian, one a Mormon. The Mormon was more convincing. No. Okay. Then reflect on 1 Corinthians 13. I've done it. I've listened to it like over 100 times now.
Dang.
But I have so much room to improve. So I'm super disciplined. Ultra Michael is coming in. And during that, I'm going to be reading it instead. because I think there's more retained when I read it. So that's my 1 Corinthians 13 goal. Okay. Host or attend 12 gatherings with friends, 1 per month. Check. Triple check. Quadruple check. Every single week, at least twice. Wednesday, Thursday, and then Sunday, and then another Bible study, and I can't get enough. I love hanging out with people, and also Bible studies, all of it. It's just so great. I do think one of our Bible studies could improve. One thing that we did stop though this year is the Friday get-togethers.
Sobs.
Yeah, which we might need to restart eventually. But for now, I'm good. Could be doing better though. Acknowledge and write about one positive characteristic of someone twice a week. I actually have been doing that, and it's helped me realize so much more about how much people impact my life.
Yeah.
Especially like it, and actually what made it really easy to see was when I was writing my speech, and I had to reflect on Jason, who mentored me for like a year and a half, or actually 5 months really, but I've known him for like 4 years now, 3 years.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is I'm able to see more positive characteristics in people because I write about one person a day and reflect on it. So I actually have to think about it when I'm writing. And some days it's really difficult. I have to like think of the most obscure conversation and way they've impacted me. But most of the time it's like someone helps me in this way, and I can appreciate them for that and a characteristic they have. Super good. It's been going well.
Nice.
Okay. Find and regularly meet with one mentor who is at least 10 years older than me, meeting once a month. Our last meeting with Zach was today.
Yes.
Very sad.
Not really.
Did you get anything?
It's over.
Huh?
Did you get anything from him?
Yeah, you know how you said, Michael, you should get him the chocolate Reese's peanut butter cup things, but almond?
Almond butter.
Yeah, we got 5 of them. Plus a bouquet.
5?
No, 5 containers.
Like, we individually wrapping kids each one.
Mikey, we have 15 more left. We better get licking, Michael. Yeah, it was the most like, but we literally got 5 of them. So it's just like the same. Our gift was 5 times more meaningful.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so
I was getting it for him, and Michael was like, I'm like, we should get like 2 or 3. And Michael was like, just get one. I was like, I'm like,
he used
come
up
on.
all 10 of my dollars that I gave him.
And I got one. I'm like, it's like a little box. I'm like, I get 2. Like, I don't know, 3. And I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's enough. And so I got 5. I'm like, okay, that's like good. That's good.
Okay, so it went well. I currently am down to 1 mentor, so I need to step up my mentor game. I have one who's helping with my business, like in general with business stuff, which is going well. Talking a lot about strategy and moving forward, but yes. Okay. Continue quarterly review with Mikey. 1 out of 4 done.
Woohoo!
No, actually not done yet.
That's true.
Okay.
Quarter of the year gone.
Oh my goodness, a quarter of the year's gone.
Whoa. Wait, that's true.
A quarter of the 25% of the year is over.
It's a quarter of the year has been completed. You think you wasted it all? No.
25% of the year is over.
Completed.
Over. Maybe that is a good answer too.
Victor Frankl would disagree. How like people?
It's over.
How old people say, "Oh, so much of my life is over." No, so much of your life has been you've conquered, you've accomplished, and especially older people who have worked through suffering and different things. You got through it. You like didn't give up, and you fought through it. So
Okay.
it's so easy to give up, but you didn't. And
So what's the wording you use for that mindset then? Would it be, I've been able to complete 25% of my year?
You've completed, yeah.
Okay, 25% of the year completed. Epic 3 months already. I've actually completed a lot, grown a lot.
Yeah.
And I realize I'm 40 years behind still. Okay. Okay. Find and rate. Oh, Okay? Last 2 goals. Write down 3 things I'm grateful for each day. Definitely made me more verbally grateful for things. Interacting with people. And I realized being appreciative and genuinely meaning it is so easy, and it's such a cheap thing to give.
Yeah.
But so few people do it, and it's so, like, people appreciate it so much because they did put effort in. And it feels great to say thank you to people for doing things.
Yeah.
Okay. Going very well. Helped me a lot. And then record 5 critical things from the day. It hasn't helped with my memory. I don't know what to freaking do, but my memory has not gotten better. I genuinely don't. I don't know what to do. I need to improve my memory, but it's not been happening yet.
We would play that memory tile flipping game once in a while.
Yeah. I don't know how actually to improve my memory. I have to start doing more research on it because that needs to change because of how much I use my memory. Or maybe I just have AI remember everything for me.
But so I need to work on like being more in the moment, and you need to focus more being more remembering the past.
Yeah, because there's things like times when I have to reference something and I can't remember where I learned this thing.
Okay.
And I also read the first book of the year, or second book, Rewire Your Brain, or yeah, it was like something along the lines of Rewire Your Brain, or
I know what you mean.
Yeah, the book was on neuroplasticity, and memorizing is actually a skill you can learn, so gotta get better at that. And that, and then we have my goals from last year. Okay, $10,000 USD, still not there. I realized how poor and broke I am. I've been focusing on learning, which is a good thing actually. I realized investing in learning is gonna give me so much more, because I could have either spent all my time trying to make money and as much money as possible. Good point. Yeah. Making as much money as possible, or learning how to make more money in the future. And I think I'm actually pretty grateful with what I've learned. I just need to get better at discipline. So ultra disciplined Michael needs to come back again. Moving forward, I need to get a job or start a business. I think starting a business that can make $3,000 shouldn't be too difficult. I could also like super undercharge people for their driveways, so I just have enough to pay for a pressure washer and the chemicals, and then just make $26 profit each day.
Yeah.
That means I would have to work Sundays and Saturdays too.
Yeah, then change up the number a bit, maybe like 32 a day.
Yeah.
35.
No, what would that be? That'd be $50. $50 from Saturday and Sunday that I'd have to do Monday through Friday. But that also implies that I have to work every single day at least 5 hours cleaning something and and I have a confirmed job, so we'll see. I do want to start a business because I don't want to get a job just to have a job to make that $3,000. I want to have a business or a job that I'm doing something where I'm going to be doing in the future, so I'm not wasting time. Because if I'm 40 years behind, I have to capitalize on everything that I can. So this is one of those ways. Okay, 3 muscle-ups in a set. Complete Algebra 2, 12% away. 15 pull-ups in a set. I can do 15, I think. But I haven't done it yet, so we won't check.
Let's go see.
We won't check. And then run the CIM. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Okay, and that is it. Those are my goals. Moving on to Ultra Discipline Michael. And the idea of the
microphone.
Good point. Yeah. Okay, discipline. So I've been thinking about it. I gotta finish up quick because my mom's getting angry at me for being so smart. Okay, but yes, I've been thinking about it, and I realized I need more discipline for all these goals, right? And then I also have long-term goals that I didn't even mention. My 30-year outlook goals. Having 8 children. Starting a commune. But yeah, having 8 kids, and then where I want to be in my career and all the different things that I want to accomplish, they require so much discipline. Because if it were easy to do what I want to do, everyone would do it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about 8 children, but still.
You're not the one birthing the children.
I don't care.
You can't have that goal.
Yeah, I can.
What if your wife can't have kids?
She's not my wife. If she doesn't, can't have kids, ooh.
Yeah.
Then I divorce her and move on.
I don't think.
I wish we had a Caitlyn cam. Just shocked like every 5 seconds.
Boom. Okay.
8 kids.
But yeah, I want to have 8 kids, so that requires a lot of discipline, not only in raising them well,
That's more money.
but also in providing them for them. So that's why I'm becoming an entrepreneur.
And that's why I'm having 9 kids.
My goal has just been updated. Breaking news: 10 children. or no, I'm gonna update it to.
If you keep doing this, then you're gonna be on that show's like my 20 kid life.
No. If Mikey wants to have 9 kids, my new goal is whatever Mikey has plus 1.
What if we both agreed for 7?
I can settle.
Okay.
Deal. Wait, actually, wait. Do I want 7 kids? Okay.
Guys, I don't think you understand this.
No, I want a lot of kids. I realized that early.
Are you gonna how many wives do you want?
Maybe.
And you want them to be homeschooled?
Yeah. Oh no. That's why I need to make money.
You can start a school at that.
Or a commune. Either or. No. Okay, but look. Here's the number. 8. I think would be an insanely cool. Like it would be such an amazing thing to have.
It's
8
my
kids.
favorite number.
If I were to get the... What is my favorite number? I think 10. We're almost done.
Yeah.
We're being
You haven't gone through the
we're being
questions
shut down by the
submitted
police.
You should have questions submitted.
I was thinking about it. Yeah.
Guys,
You haven't
I need
gone
to
through
finish
questions
talking.
submitted by the viewers.
Okay.
They want to know.
Okay, we have-
What are you
I'll be
gonna
quick,
name?
I'll be quick.
Michael, they want to know.
So-
What will you name your child?
I think 8 is what I want to have. 6 is my minimum. I think this is a lot of kids, and I haven't thought about 2 like intensely because it's 8 kids. But think of all the motivation I would get.
Michael, just so you know, if you want 8 kids, that
That's
would
at
take
least
you
100,000 per kid.
16
800,000.
years.
What do you mean 16 years?
Do you know, averagely, it takes a woman around 6 to 7 months to recover physically. Only physically. Not even.
Doesn't it take 9 months?
Probably.
To give
I
birth?
don't know. 6 months are like kind of like.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not even mentally. Also, I realize your brain, for a woman, it convinces you that the birth wasn't that bad. And
I
some
don't
women
remember
are-
this being
some-
quarterly review with
some-
Caitlyn.
Some women don't have that. So they know how bad it was, and they normally only have 1 kid.
Dang.
Okay.
You have to avoid that. There's Michael.
That is it.
Imagine poop injury.
Okay,
That's
that's on my
good.
list. I gotta quickly finish up. So, 8 kids. I will find a wife that wants a lot of kids. Okay, moving on. Discipline. I realized
We could finish this later.
I need to become more disciplined, and so I'm actually gonna be starting to roll in more and more things that cause me to be disciplined. I learned that there's A and B discipline. A is the values that you discipline yourself to hold to, and B is the things that you physically do. You use A values, or you use A discipline plus B discipline to give you discipline mega. And so that is my goal. I want to become more disciplined. I will talk about this in part 2 of this quarterly review.
See ya.
Okay. That was a good quarterly review. You want to have dinner now? This is a voice. The voice recorder wasn't even on.
What? Okay, it's not that bad.
It's not at
It's
all.
not that bad.
The water's gonna blur for us.
Yes.
It is a bit chilly. What is the shoulders out of the water? Are you a sissy? This is the real intro to the
Yes.
quarter 1 review. Currently, we are starting the summer off strong in some nice warm water. So, what have you been up to since our last meeting?
Okay. I've been kind of figuring out like what I want to do for work, like for my life. I think I'm getting a brain freeze. Auburn River, baby.
Oh wait, no timer's going. We're in a minute and
Yeah, this. I can't really form a thought.
really. Okay, so last off we left on discipline and like why I think discipline is so important and how I need more of it.
This is how we're doing it.
So my plan is to. Okay. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Okay, we can get out.
Okay, welcome to part 2 of the quarterly review. part 2
We
of...
already did the intro, Mikey.
That's true. Well, it's like a second intro. It's been 17 days since the first part. Zoe mama.
You have to be very patient for good things to happen.
Amen. So now we're kind of moving on to we've talked about like the objective stuff. Now it's time for the subjective part of the podcast, where we just talk about how we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, the sun is coming out. It was all cold and dreary.
It's perfect, Absolutely perfect today.
So how are you doing with
How am I doing with what?
goals? Things like, well, just like, work stuff.
Great.
Okay, I guess I'll go on to a thought.
Hot take. Never mind. No hot takes.
No hot takes.
Only cold ones.
Ooh. Yeah, me mainly. I am not really pursuing anything.
What?
Yeah.
Say what?
Michael did get me to. He urged me to apply to college and FAFSA 2 days before.
Deadline.
2 days before the deadline.
4 days, actually.
Oh, it was 2 days
It
before.
was 4. Because you would have gotten the form back. It was at 2 days before, if they did it the fastest possible time.
I got it after it closed.
Oh really? You got it? Oh, that's right.
You can apply like
Yeah.
But so now I can get FAFSA, but I don't really know if I haven't decided on what. Also, work. I'm working a little bit on the ranch, 10 hours a week or so. Real estate has not been moving, has not been going. And I realize that I have to take it into my own hands. I cannot let other people decide. Like, not even decide, but just let other people kind of dictate what I do with work. They can't really decide that for me.
Sounds good. What else? So as a result of that, what are you doing differently?
Right now, nothing.
Great. Yeah, I see. Well, kind of along those lines. So, I realized I need more discipline, which is it. And then I realized one thing, because I was having a conversation with a few people, and I realized one thing is that I really am not shy, but I don't want to take on things that have a lot of responsibility. Because then it puts it into two different levels of, like, if I don't do it, which right now I don't have a tendency to, like, I have a tendency to start stuff but not finish. So real quickly, do I want to share these things on a podcast where people can hear about it?
Why not?
That's what I've been thinking about. It's like, do I want these things online?
Well, then you're going to be just talking about really shallow stuff.
That's the point. No, the thing is, do I want people that aren't closer to me, like maybe I know a couple people who listen to the podcast but I want these things out on the internet,
Okay. Well, like, how could it harm you if...
Well, it's not that it could harm me and people could use it against me, but then also it's just like, do I want my personal struggles and thoughts that on certain things out on the internet?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's anything too personal if it's like... Also, when you say the internet, it kind of assumes that a bunch of people are gonna watch it.
Anyone could find it. That's the point.
Right, but if some random person uploads a video, how are you gonna find it? How are you gonna look for it? And then
Could
if
appear
so,
on your For You page.
if so, how are they gonna use it? Like, they're never gonna encounter you in your life.
How do you know that?
I can't force you. That's true. I can't.
I don't want you to force me either.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, maybe we start a Patreon and monetize this. No, I just don't know. It's just thoughts that I've been
Then
having.
no one will watch these.
That was just thought. That's the point.
Yeah.
But that was just my thought, because, like, if you think about it, do you want to share these things with people online? Like,
Yeah.
anyone on Earth could see what you're talking.
Yes,
and
but
thinking about.
it's not people online. It's like people.
Literally anyone on Earth. That's the point.
Yes.
The point is that it's anyone
Not the
on Earth.
Africans. Not the Africans. Well, actually, now
Most of them
Yeah,
could.
actually, now. It's people that you know in person, and then you from the future. You in the future. That's it. No one. Maybe one or two people. It's people. You're not as important. You're not that important.
I'm not saying that I'm really important.
It kind of has that. I know. And I get what you're saying. But it has that belief in it.
But the thing is, like, I look at the people who are not the most successful, but successful in many ways, and they're not sharing these things online. They're not sharing this with so many different people.
Yeah, because they're super famous. What super famous person?
Not famous, not even close to famous.
Well known.
Successful.
Well known.
No, successful. That I know, like not celebrities, just people I know, people who are in my life that like are successful.
Okay, like who?
They don't share these things online. They don't share a lot of what's going on. They sit down and do the work, rather than like talk about it.
Okay, I guess that's the podcast. I guess this is the last episode.
Cut.
We're done.
No, I just don't know. Maybe we talk about something else though.
Well, that's the focus of the podcast, though.
Habits.
Like, no, not just habits are part of it, but it's just our striving and our
Maybe
our journey.
Maybe what I'm trying to say is I want this on my YouTube channel.
It's just our journey in work. I'd say that's what the focus is. Just like describing our journey in our development and our growth.
I see you. You know all my secrets now. Yeah, good point. Okay.
I'm gonna have to clip each time we go.
I'll just start doing like every 10 seconds, so you have to like every
Go through
10
the whole
seconds
thing.
it skips.
Yeah.
It's just the allergies. It's pissing me off.
Piss me off. PMO's so bad, bro.
Okay. Well, in that case, responsibility. I need to grow in that. Taking responsibility for things that I do. And yeah, growing in responsibility. Because it's something that you're going to have to deal with your entire life. And not deal with, but take on. Because the older you get, the more responsibilities you're given. And anyone who has a worth, like, while striving towards their legacy, has a whole bunch of responsibility.
Notice how I didn't say bless you?
Yeah,
I have thoughts on that too.
too bad. No, but like a lot of people who do something worthwhile, do something worthwhile, are taking on a lot of responsibility. So I'm starting to outline what it looks like to take on responsibility so that I can actually grow in that. And also like taking it, the approach of it's a system, not a specific thing that I have to do.
What do you
Because
mean?
systems last through all the different situations, whereas a specific habit does not. And being able to reflect on those systems and be able to adjust based off of what your reflections on those systems are. So being able to not shift, but to adjust based on whether or not your system is doing well, and to actually be able to have the discipline that is needed to hold to that shifting and adjusting and improving of the system. And so those
Could
are
you
my
give an
thoughts.
example? It's a little hard. I can't really. And then like describe what is the system? What is the?
Eating healthy food, for example, would be like, let's say the system is at home you only ever eat whole foods, and you have to take an 80-20 approach. So 80% of the time you're eating this much food, and most of the other time you're eating 20%. The system would be, I don't know, reflecting on your meal, for example. Is this meal this? Does it meet what I want it to do? Then having the discipline to say, okay, every single time I sit down for a meal, until it becomes a habit, I ask myself this question. And then, based off of that, if it's not working, let's say 80-20 isn't working, you have to adjust. Being able to have the flexibility to say, okay, now this is going to work better, so we have to, I know it's going to work better, but let's try and see if it does work better. And being able to, like, adjust off of that.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't say bless you because I think it's. I think it's needless. Like, there's no use to it. It's annoying to say. It's kind of annoying to say as the person doing the blessing. It's kind. You feel bad I feel bad whenever someone has...
You're like this. You're like, are you kidding me? This is my 400th blessing today. I can't anymore. I'm done with this blessing.
See? Yeah. And then when I receive it, I feel like the other person is just being forced to say the bless you. So I made I'm not going to be blessing anyone anymore with sneezing.
Take all the blessings you want.
Yeah, I'm keeping them all for myself.
Bless you.
No, stop.
Bless you.
Stop it.
Bless. Bless. Mikey, why do you want to hold all the blessings to yourself?
Because I'm greedy. Well, also, one completely off subject.
Another pivot.
Another complete pivot.
It's like my responsibility. Like, this is my responsibility. And then Mikey's like, no, I don't say bless you anymore. I don't say...
I realized I was kind of in a loser mindset, like what I was telling you about. I think a loser mindset is the best way to put it. Like, I just felt like, and it is a, what are those people called where they just like let life flow? It's like ancient Greek.
Oh yeah, losers.
No, it's like they said it's good for warriors to have this mindset.
Yeah. A psychotic. Interesting. I don't know. You tell me.
It was like Aristotle or Socrates.
What do they say?
It's this mindset. It's like this belief where life comes and goes and you can't really control
Stoic.
it. Yes, stoic.
Stoicism.
Stoicism. Like, I was kind of living the stoicism where, like, yeah, I have to endure everything that comes to me, which also doesn't really provide...
That's not stoicism, though. Stoicism is the approach that, regardless of what happens, there's nothing I can really do about it, so my reaction stays the same, regardless of any situation. So you don't have any, like, mood swings, you stay neutral the entire time. What you're saying is more like you're paying towards
it's
challenges.
Stoic in a way, I would say, because, well, and maybe if stoicism is good, it was like a negative pessimism.
It's not a bad thing.
Pessimism? Sorry.
It's not negative.
Stoicism?
It's just neutral. Your approach to any trouble or anything is like, okay, well, it happened, so what am I going to do about it?
Okay. So, yeah, and it was like this really, I guess passive then. I was taking on a really passive, that's a good word, passive lifestyle, where whatever happens, and I'm just going with the waves and the flows. To where, so in that case, sleeping 6 hours like today, I could only sleep 6 hours.
Don't lie. You could have slept more hours.
Hey.
You only slept 6 hours.
Yeah, when I got to 12 a.m., I could only sleep for 6 hours.
You're like, darn it. Okay, rewind.
Yeah. So, I did have the mindset of like, okay, man, it sucks. I only got 6 hours of sleep.
Yeah, like last night, I'm like, Mikey, okay, we need to leave to rock climbing at 6:30 a.m. He's like, Michael, are you kidding me? 6:30 a.m.? That means I'm only going to get 6 hours, or you even said 7 hours of sleep. And I'm like, come on, Mikey, 7 hours of sleep. Are you kidding me? You're going to get 7 hours of sleep. It's not a big deal. Never mind. I'm not going to say these things. But the point is that, like, just to kind of build off of what you're saying. Go ahead. I'm done. I'm not going to complain about you on camera.
No, yeah. Just kind of, it's been like a slowly growing mindset where I wasn't really taking proactive steps towards anything. And for some reason, it really grew after Sea Otter. It really, like, developed after Sea Otter. And, I just...
Oh, yeah, this is good rock.
I'm going to be doing a lot of cutting. And then I just realized, hey, yeah, I need to be taking, like, my mindset changed, or I changed it to where I am going to conquer this. I am going to defeat, or this is a challenge that I have that I can take on. And Michael put it really well, and he said that it's moving the power or the choice into my hands, or whoever, if you do this.
It's up to you how you react. Whereas beforehand, it wasn't.
Not how you react, but like choosing what you engage in and what you don't engage in.
Yeah.
And just like, choosing.
It puts the power in your hands to decide how you react.
Yeah.
Whereas beforehand, you would say, oh, this is happening to me, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, right.
Whereas now it's happening, how am I going to deal with it? Or how do I overcome this?
Yeah, and it's like in a competitive way too. Like, what's the best I can do this? Like, how can I be the most excellent in this thing?
Yeah.
So.
And then I came up with a totally original analogy that Mikey complimented, which actually stood out to me. Was that like, taking this approach, it's like a beach, right? And you have these waves crashing on the beach, and initially you need way more energy to have these huge waves to crash on the beach. But as you grow in this mindset of like, okay, well, how do I approach this from the perspective of I get to do this, and how do I deal with this situation? Because I get to make a decision on how I deal with it and how I approach it. You need less and less power because the tide rises pretty much, and so. Whereas beforehand, to hit this goal, you'd have to be this huge wave. As the tide rises, you need smaller and smaller waves, and so it becomes this habit.
I think that's showing that I think it's a little bit different to where it's the difference between motivation and discipline. Like, the big wave is the wave of motivation. You don't want that. You want discipline to build up to that point to where it just takes your willpower to get to that point.
But we weren't talking about discipline and motivation.
Yeah, it was after.
It was specifically on the mindset portion.
So then how does that apply?
It applies because this mindset originally takes a lot more effort. But as you put more and more effort, it pretty much raises the tide.
Okay.
So now you don't need as much energy to hit the same goal anymore. Let's say there was a line on the beach and you have the sand. Like, this is that line. You want to hit this line right here. And so you're right here. To be able to hit this line, you need to be putting in so much effort, right? This mindset of, and this line is this mindset and approach of like, let me deal with this goal. Like, I get to deal with this goal or this challenge. This challenge isn't happening to me. It's happening.
I'm happening to it.
Yeah, kind of. Where it's like you get to it's not this challenge that's happening to me. It's now I get to do this challenge, and you get to do this. Whereas instead of like I have to do this, and so it's like originally it takes so much effort to get to this mindset, but as you kind of get more and more practice with it, it raises the tide. So you need less and less effort every time because you need less effort to hit this line.
Okay. Yeah, when I heard it, I thought of it I didn't think you were connecting it to that.
I see.
Yeah.
Random analogies also work.
Yeah.
Okay, that concludes quarterly review 2025 quarter 1.
Okay.
We'll meet up after this and we'll see how your approach to challenges has changed and if it has grown.
Sweet, short and sweet little.
I'm walking on the water.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Farewell.
Bye bye. See you in 3 months. Actually, 2.5 months.
Mwah.
We love
Mwah.
you.
Mwah.
We personally love you.
My heart goes out to you.
Gonna have to blur that.
Get the camera. Cut the camera.
And that's a wrap.
It's not even that short and sweet. The other one's like an hour long.
No, I'm saying the ending.
Oh.
Yeah, 26 minutes.